والله أنا أقول حق الشعب الكويتي إن شاء الله يختارون الصح، يختارون اللي يمثل الكويت بأحسن تمثيل، وأقول أن لازم تغيير.
والله الانتخابات أنا شخصياً بعد مقاطعة الدورتين اللي طافوا، هالمرة هذه رأيت أني لازم أشارك، لأن الوضع متردي جداً، فنحتاج أن نلم الصفوف ونوصل للمجلس إصلاحيين لعل الحال يتعدل إن شاء الله.
So this morning, our negotiating team returned from London after a week of intensive negotiations. They informed me about the state of play and the remaining divergences. I had this evening a phone call with Prime Minister Boris Johnson on the ongoing negotiations between the European Union and the United Kingdom. We welcomed the fact that progress has been achieved in many areas. Nevertheless, significant differences remain on the three critical issues: level playing field, governance and fisheries. Both sides underline that no agreement is feasible if these issues are not solved. And whilst recognizing the seriousness of these differences, we agreed that a further effort should be undertaken by our negotiating teams to assess.
É absolutamente fundamental que este Natal seja um Natal de partilha, mas que nessa partilha não conte o vírus. É fundamental que esse momento de partilha não seja um momento de transmissão involuntária dos vírus. Para o período do Natal, poderá haver circulação entre concelhos nos dias 23, 24 e 25 e 26.
Not accept a world in which the poor and marginalized are trampled by the rich and powerful in the stampede for vaccines. This is a global crisis, and the solutions must be shared equitably as global public goods, not as private commodities that widen inequalities and become yet another reason some people are left behind.
And you have warned on many occasions, including in this. 2021
is literally going to be catastrophic based on what we're seeing at this stage of the game. And because we've spent $19 trillion, that money may not and will not most likely be available for 2021. Economic contraction, as Mike was talking about, is taking place and the needs have doubled. But if we get the funds we need.
Vaccination update. I'm going to hand over to Chief Exec Andy.
Yes, we had the freezer on site, came a couple of weeks ago. It's currently wired into the main. It's got temperature. Well, the NHS will only use a drug that's been approved by the MHRA. The MHRA process is really rigorous, and it's gone through a number of clinical trials. Over 44,000 patients have had this already as part of those trials. So because we'll only use approved drugs, because there's a standard process, and that process is applied to all vaccines and all medicines, so it's that authorisation that gives us confidence.
Care home staff on site before Christmas to get this tested.
Your first batches? Absolutely, very specialised cold chain. We're expecting batches next week, so we can start vaccination towards the end of next week, which is fabulous, and delivery.
So what we're looking at here is an active container. This is designed to maintain a temperature between 2 and 8 degrees Celsius throughout the shipment's journey. It's basically a giant fridge, think of it that way. It runs on batteries, so whilst it's in transit, it's able to regulate that temperature. What's really important with these containers is you have the capability to be able to plug them in when they're not actually in transit, so when they're sitting in a warehouse. We've got capability here to plug in 50 containers at any one time.